Welcome my friends to some Skaven campaign footage as Queek Head Taker. Now I didn't want to give spoilers to the start of the Skaven campaign. I figure there's a lot of people who want to probably experience that for themselves. So I've avoided the start of the campaign. I'm just going to try and show you something a little bit different because apparently not too many other people, if any, captured this. And I always like to be a little bit different anyway. So we're going to do a siege and we can have a look at a High Elf city. And I must say it is pretty damn beautiful. I will talk about the campaign though and how the Skaven work and what goes on, because I'm sure everyone's interested to learn how they work. I imagine Total War have announced it by now, but I'll go over it in my own words anyway. And I don't know if you saw at the start of the siege actually, it was about 90% in the High Elves' favour that they would win. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes. I do seem to excel when challenged, so I feel like I could win this. And I think the fact that it's so much in their favour, even though they have considerably less units than I do, kind of goes to show that the High Elves have high quality units maybe, and the Skaven have lesser quality infantry. I've got a lot of clan rats who are kind of a very basic cheap unit, but with a little bit of strategy I feel like we can get it. So what I'm going to do is I've got my rat ogres hidden in these trees over here, and I'm going to put these boys in there as well, and we're all going to flank round. See, they're all hidden. I'm trying to get them all hidden. My plan is of course to make them think that there's nothing on that side, so they're not going to put any boys over on that right hand side of the wall, and then I can just run up on that gate, blast through it with my rat ogres, and then start to flank round without taking any damage from their towers. Start to move up with everything else. I've only got a couple of siege towers. I was kind of rushed to do this because I only had so much time to capture at the event of where I captured this footage. We're going to move up now. See, there's nothing on this side, so this is going to be easy time getting through that door. All their units are over here, focusing on my main army. Let's just have a quick look at the beautiful High Elf city. Lots of detail in this. Really awesome looking. We'll have a proper look at this at the end. Have a proper flyover. My Skaven army's approaching with their wheelie towers. Hopefully we won't take too much fire that will rout us. Hopefully our towers will make it. No resistance on this side though. Our rat ogres are coming in. They're pretty awesome looking. Taking a little bit of damage from previous battles, but still in good nick. Now, if you didn't know, there's a few things about the Skaven. I've put it on the right there in this little panel that they give you at the start of the campaign. How they work. Well, their settlements are hidden. So, to every other faction in the game, Skaven Settlements will appear as ruins. So in Warhammer 1 you'd see ruins and you'd know that they're uninhabited, you wouldn't have to worry about it. But in Warhammer 2, you see ruins, there could be rats down there my friend, and you will be in for quite a nasty surprise. You can scout them with heroes apparently to try and find out if Skaven are there, but I imagine there's some sort of limit to that. Otherwise it would be really easy to find out what's there. But yeah, got to be careful with ruins now. I think that's going to be a really interesting dynamic to the campaign. Is it just an abandoned ruin or is it a Skaven hellhole? Who knows? The Skaven also have a food limit to worry about, so you're going to have to acquire food from various sources, and you're going to have to use that to try and sustain yourself. And if you run out, I imagine you'll start taking attrition and things, so that's another thing. That used to be a thing in older Total Wars, like Attila, you had to worry about your food. Probably going to be a little bit different from that, but same sort of idea. A bit of resource management. And then the last thing it mentions is Skaven Corruption. I guess it's going to work similar to any Chaos or Vampire Corruption. It's going to mess with everyone else's public order, as it says. So that's just going to be probably more annoying for everyone else to have to deal with, but corruption is fun to spread, let's be honest. We will begin our assault upon these High Elf walls, and apparently we've just smashed through the other door as well. Rat ogres, come in. So we'll make a play for the victory point, but we'll also try and get after their general. There's also another aspect of the Skaven game where they have to get warp stone, and they build that up. And they get rewards from gathering it up, I think, and you can go treasure hunting for it. So there's lots of different things to do with this Skaven, it seems. It should keep them pretty interesting. Getting up on the walls here, nearly through this door. Still climbing up the ladders, fighting mostly skirmishers. There's a few spearmen in there though. They should be a little bit tougher. We'll get Queek into them. Oh, let me show you the menace below. So this on the right here, you just saw me click that. Basically the same idea as when you spawn zombies, except it spawns some clan rats. They look pretty rad coming out the ground. I love how they come out without kind of a real formation. Try and get them into these boys. I cannot issue the order for some reason. There we go. Get them up behind them. Try and get some leadership penalties on the back of those boys. My rat ogres are coming. They're coming for that general. They're gunning for him. Hopefully you can take note of some of the detail of this city as we go. Really well done. Lots of attention to detail. Of course though, sieges in Warhammer have taken some criticism from me and from many others. Sieges are not what they used to be. I miss the good old multi-directional siege where you can attack them from any angle and you can take your time planning the attack, and it's damn awesome. Hold on, there's rat ogres coming. Hold on, let's watch this. Here we go. Oh. They do their own kind of crazy belly flop into the enemy. Another very nice animation, although this probably isn't the best unit for rat ogres to be fighting because they're kind of a spearman, which is not good for our large rat ogres. But yeah, sieges... Oh, hold on, I've paused it. I thought I was being told I've run out of time here, because they said we'd run out of time, but they said I could finish my battle, so I continued. Desperately seeking the win. My rat ogres, though, fighting spearmen. Probably going to need to pull them away, but I'm going to need something else to tie up all these spearmen. Anyway, what was I on about? Sieges. So, yeah, sieges, not quite what they used to be like the older Total War games, unfortunately, but this map especially is better, I think. It's definitely better, because it kind of reminds me of Alexandria from Rome 2. If you've ever played Rome 2, you probably know Alexandria and what it's like, and it's kind of got loads of narrow bits, but it's got loads of different ways you can come in. You can come from the water, and you can come in through the walls and through the doors, whatever. And maybe it's because this city is so grand looking that it reminds me of Alexandria, but it feels like there's a degree more openness to this map, at least, because there's not buildings in the way. You can kind of shoot over these gaps where all the water is and stuff. You can try and block up all these passages, try and create some choke points, but they could get ruined by artillery or missiles, so a few more tactical options with this map at least, but of course there's going to be many different maps for Total War 2 Sieges, so we'll see how they go. I've surrounded his general here, mostly with clan rats though, not the best unit in the world. I've got some spear rats, clan speary rat spears, something like that. Got a bunch of them. Not the strongest units in the world, of course. They are slowly losing health, but I've got some storm vermin. They're pretty tough. And of course my rat ogres and Queek himself. I do have some globadiers, which I should probably get over here. Going to get some more clan rats out though. Going to start charging them in the back, get those leadership penalties again. But I imagine these clan rats are going to become very annoying, especially in multiplayer. Your skirmishers and stuff are just constantly going to be bothered by clan rats. They're very fast, so you probably won't really be able to run away from them. Your artillery is going to be in danger from them. Going to be a very dangerous trait for the Skaven to have. We've pretty much taken the victory point now though, so it's counting down to our victory. Provided this bunch don't kill us all, which they probably won't because there's not really enough time. But there we go, a rat-based siege of the High Elves in their quite beautiful city that we will no doubt ravage and destroy once we take over. Let's have a bit of a close-up. My clan rats undoubtedly being outdone by the High Elf spearmen, but my storm vermin should give them a little bit more of a run for their money. Queek's in it, he's giving it some. Come on buddy, do something cool for the camera. Stop staring at the High Elves. But let me know what you think of the Skaven. Who are you excited for? Still after the Lizard Men? Maybe some Dark Elves? Have the Skaven taken your heart? Where? Oh, we all just stood over it. These boys just not even concerned about us. Come on lads, kill them. I'd also like to thank Creative Assembly for inviting me out to this event and allowing me to capture this footage, of course. It's a nice perk for probably hundreds of hours that I've spent making videos for Total War. And what's cool as well is that they made a spectacle of the event. It wasn't just like you turn up and there's a bunch of computers and you have a go on the game. They made an entire kind of event, like properly an event of the whole thing for a Skaven reveal. And it's really cool they go through the effort to do that sort of thing as well. So thanks CA. Also got to hang out with some Total War biggins, Lionheart, Warrior, Sparta. It was a good day overall. It was a good day. But this siege has been a bad day for the High Elves, who have about 10 seconds left before I take their precious city of Tor Surpindar. And with this inevitable victory in about 2 seconds... Ooh, there we go. That pretty much wraps this one up. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. I'll give you a little flyover just so you can admire the town. Like I said, so much detail going on. The water running through the archways under the city just looks absolutely gorgeous. The stairs, the trees, the fine detail on all the archways and things. Imagine if we could fight throughout the entire city though.